Do we all remember Logan? One of the greatest superhero movies of all time that marked the end of Wolverine's story and the end of a superhero era, really. Well, we're digging up his corpse and dancing with his bones. I can't think of a better metaphor for the modern MCU. After such a great story and ending for a beloved character, we have Disney defiling the corpse and dancing on top of the grave. Then the retarded TVA show up because this is a multiverse movie, so we gotta make up new rules that contradict with every other multiverse story ever told. You see, Deadpool wanted to join the Avengers, even though he had assembled his own team in the last movie. He says they all died. After a little worthless cameo, he goes to a birthday party, and his team is all there alive. Cable and Fire Fist are absent, they just vanish between movies. Vanessa and Swiss Cheese broke up because he didn't have a purpose anymore. It's not like he stopped a program that preyed on the terminally ill and tortured them until they mutated or died. Not like he saved dozens of kids from an orphanage that physically and emotionally tortured them. Not like he put his life on the line to save one diabetic from a life of fire and blood. Not like he had a team or anything. He just doesn't have a purpose anymore. He sells cars now. This movie's contribution to an already fucked up universe is anchor beings, and for some arbitrary reason, Wolverine was an anchor being. And now that he's gone, Deadpool's world is going to die. I thought Loki was the god of time now and fixed everything, but fuck it. I thought Deadpool was in his own little universe away from the X-Men, but I guess he just exists in their timeline now. Does that mean Wolverine Origins Deadpool is in the same timeline as Deadpool? Fuck it, who cares, right? Being the absolute geniuses that they are, the TVA tells Deadpool that they're going to destroy his timeline and expect him to be okay with it. For whatever reason, he's not okay with all of his friends being destroyed, so he steals a little teleportation thingy and goes searching for another Wolverine. After a few cameos, he finds one, but doesn't that mean he's dooming that timeline because he removed their anchor being and now their timeline is going to self-destruct? Who cares? We got another Wolverine now. Woohoo. Unfortunately, they both get cattle prodded and sent to the void, where the giant fart cloud monster from Loki lives. Look, more cameos. A fight scene. They get captured by some Mad Max wannabes, letting Ryan Reynolds keep all of his weapons. They're taken to a base that also happens to be a cameo. Look in the background. More cameos. Ooh. Oh no, it's Professor X's twin sister who wants to control everything in the void. Ryan and Hugh escape cancer patient in the fart cloud, even though Girl Loki already destroyed the monster in the TV show, but whatever. Let's make fun of multiverses being stupid while doing our own stupid multiverse movie. That makes it okay. They meet another Deadpool who gives away his car to strangers he just met because he's Canadian. Oh, that checks out, actually. Then Red and Yellow have a fight because Jackman said some mean words to Chatterbox so the two unkillable people can try killing each other. After fighting all night, both of them pass out, so neither of them can notice the car that's still somehow able to drive being taken to an underground base. Then a cameo. And another. How about another one? Laura doesn't count, we saw her in the trailer. You'd have to go watch their movies to learn anything about these characters because this movie just uses them for nostalgia bait. Logan and Laura talk for a minute. Wolverine is big sad because all the X-Men got killed off in his universe, while he was off getting shit-faced. Apparently humans went mutant hunting, and got lucky Charles didn't explode all their minds as they entered the school. So the Hugh of Jack thinks he's one big failure, and not the right guy for this suicide charge back into Bald Lady's base. Miss Clean can send people back to their universes, so they plan to force her to return them. They charge into the fort. Everyone stops and looks at each other so Logan can make a dramatic entrance rolling out of the car. Despite the bad guys having guns and half the heroes being allergic to lead, everyone's IQ drops below 10 and they charge at each other to engage in glorious melee combat. Baldy doesn't fight because then the movie would be over too fast and our heroes would lose, so she just chills out in the skull until all of her goons die. When the two boyfriends come up to fight her, she enters Wolverine's mind without consent, letting her guard down enough so Pool Dad can put her in a helmet lock and take away her powers. In this state, a goon shoots her because he made a deal with TVA guy to kill Miss Evil, so the heroes can't make it back to stop his mercy killing of the Deadpool timeline. They take the helmet back off so she doesn't die, then pull out a sling ring that teleports them back. Somehow she killed a Strange and took it. I guess the first Doctor Strange was the one and only movie where you had to train to use this thing. They're back in time to stop the time bomb from going off, but now Professor XX steps out of the portal. TVA guy tried to kill her, so now she's going to use the time bomb to destroy everything but the Void. Another villain who wants to destroy the entirety of everything. Imaginative today, aren't we, Disney? While she's doing that, she summons a bunch of Deadpools to fight Dead Prime and Wolvie. After one bloody pass, they kill all of them. But they're Deadpool, so they just get back up. Luckily, one of Wade's not dead team members comes to the rescue. All the Deadpools love their Associated Peters, so they praise this one. As Queen No Hair tries destroying the universe, Deadpool and Wolverine hold hands as the machine explodes, killing her. So now the multiverse is saved, and Hugh can show off his muscles for a minute, as his shirt was the only thing that the antimatter explosion burned off. Everything's good now. TVA guy's arrested, and somehow the timeline is healing with Manjack back in it. I guess incursions don't mean anything anymore. Wilson gets back with Vanessa, and the story's over. Why did you make this movie? Well, I know why. You wanted the Wolverine back to sell tickets. Who cares about the great send-off movie? Just dig up those old bones. All those characters from the last two Deadpool movies? Forget about them. They're dead in the eyes of Reynolds. Don't let those people at the birthday party deceive you. Don't trust your lying eyes. They're dead. Fireboy? Cable? X-Force? Nah, that shit didn't exist. We'll just drop those threads like a hot potato. We get the most watered-down Deadpool yet? The days of huffing Colombian sugar are gone. It's time for Disney Pool. If you were going to bring back Wolverine, you had to make this movie as good as Logan. But you didn't. And now that great movie has to suffer its legacy being tainted by this thing. This below average thing. It's the worst Deadpool, a disappointment, and a damn shame.
Well, that's just lazy writing.